Happy Sunday. Let me know if the sound is coming through, please. Give me a thumbs up or something in the chat. Can you all hear me okay? All right, cool. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining. So I want to start on time, but I know sometimes it takes a little bit for folks to get into the room. So thank you, Perry. All right, awesome. Okay. Let's see. So I'm thinking what I want to do is kind of keep an eye out on how many people have joined the room. Okay. Hey, Ali. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just going to give it a few more minutes here and then we'll get started. Holly, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. And today's live is an exclusive live, just so you know. And I'll share the criteria. For those of you who are able to chat, there's a specific reason for that. So I'll get into that here in a second. All right, so we're right at our time, but I think I want to give it a few more minutes just to see if we're going to have any more people joining us today. Hi, Pamela. I think it's been a while since I've seen you. Welcome. You know, I can't remember the last time I did a live. It seems like it's been forever. If you don't mind, if you could hit the thumbs up button, if you could like the live, that would really help me out. That way that this live will show up in the algorithm. For some reason, I think that if you don't show enough engagement, you kind of get buried a little bit. So, hi, Jay. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I think I'm going to give it, let's give it about, we'll start at 5 after. I have quite a bit of information to share, and I think it's going to be really valuable to you all. So what I would recommend, you can always go back and watch the replay, but some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you today, you'll probably want to take note of, especially if you're planning to visit Alaska at some point in time. That's another thing. I didn't really call out today's topic, and I held off for a reason. But as soon as we get into the share, I will let you all know what we're going to be talking about. All right. So let's see. It's been a good while since you done your last live. I know. It's been a long time. I feel so rusty. I really do. So forgive me. Give me a chance to kind of find my bearings here. But I'm hoping that we'll all have a good time. Arctic Thunder, welcome. So good to see you. So good to see you. You're not late. You're not late. What I wanted to do is give it a little bit more time for people to join the live. So we're going to get started here at 5 after. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Yeah, so I think we're still in the negative temps here. If you've been following me on Instagram, I'm putting posts every now and again of what our weather forecast looks like. It's been so cold, y'all. I mean, we haven't had a cold snap like this in November in a very long time. This is usually January, February temperatures. So I really don't know what's going on. I hope this is not an indication of what our winter is going to be like this year. Because if it's this cold in November, God help us when January and February roll around. I'm telling you. All right, we have 2 more minutes and then we're gonna get into it. I'm so excited. So excited. All right, make sure I have my notes here today. So I wanna keep everything straight. Let's see, this -9 is not fun. No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. So I think it's supposed to be warming up here in the next few days. We shall see. Hey, Michael. Welcome. Good to see you. All right, 1 more minute and we're gonna get into it, y'all. Oh, you're ready for Texas to get colder. What kind of temperatures are you having in Texas, Pamela? I know it's a lot warmer than it is here, though. '60s. I would trade you. I would trade you in a heartbeat. I mean, I would go for 30-degree temps right now. Oh, Jay. So when I saw you enter the chat, I meant to speak to that. So I'm drinking Arrowhead spring water today. I went out last night and yeah, I'm on the road to recovery. So won't be having anything on the live today, especially if I want to try and get through everything that I want to get through coherently. Yeah. But if you're drinking something, I would be interested to know what you're sipping on. Let me see, what, Complimentary Sports. Welcome, greetings, so good to see you. Let's see who else we have in here. Okay, so I think that, okay, what do we have here? It finally cooled down here in Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix is like one of my favorite vacation spots in the wintertime. I love Arizona. Lots of Netflix, Hulu, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. I have a story about Uber Eats and DoorDash. They will not be getting my money anymore. Florida is calling you. Amen. Florida, and I can name a few other places that are calling me. I'm telling you, I am team boycott winter. Starting next winter, I don't know if you're going to get any winter scenery videos from me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. Wait, Alaska needs a football NFL? Yeah, that would be cool if we had some major sports teams up here. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. So welcome back, friends. I'm so glad to see you. For those of you who may be joining for the first time, my name is Terry. I'm your Alaskan homegirl. And what I want to do today is share some really important information with you. For those of you who don't know, I have a corresponding website of the same name. So it's www.happygirlalaska.com. And on my website, I have a contact form that you can access. And if you have questions for me, you can go ahead and submit your questions there. If you want to just say, hey, go ahead and do that too. I welcome that. I love interacting with you all. So today's video is inspired by quite a few messages that I've received by way of my website, but also in some of the comments on the channel. And the question is, when is the best time to visit Alaska? And my response to that question is always, it depends on what you're into versus what you're not into. One thing I will say is that Alaska is a huge state. So there's a pretty good idea that you're not going to be able to get to everything on your first visit, especially if you're planning to visit different regions. What I would recommend is take it region by region and just kind of plan out your itinerary that way, and just keep coming. States in the United States, a lot of people say that sometimes it seems almost like it's its own country. So I would definitely recommend coming here to visit. What I want to do on today's video is give you some things to think about when you're wanting to plan your Alaskan vacation. And so what we'll do is we'll get into that here shortly, but I need to go to a couple of house cleaning items before we get into the share. Number one, if you notice the title of this video, it says exclusive live for my subscribers. And the reason why I entitled it that is because if you're able to comment in the chat box today, that is because number one, you're a subscriber. Number two, you have been subscribed to this channel for more than a month. So I wanted to limit it. I'm still working on putting together my different tiers for the YouTube membership, because I am going to be offering more exclusive content for people that want to join up with the membership. It's going to be a lot more targeted type of content. I'm going to be including some Zoom sessions in there. So be on the lookout for that. But today is just kind of an example. To me, it's a way to show my appreciation for the subscribers that have been with me for a while. Thank you so much to all of you who are sharing, who are commenting, liking the video. I don't know if Philly Dom is in the chat. I haven't seen anything from him, but I may have missed it. But I want to give a shout out to Philly Dom, because he also has a YouTube channel and he has been sharing my videos through his community page. So shout out to you, Philly Dom. If you're not here in the live right now, if you're watching the replay, I just wanted to go ahead and acknowledge you for that. I really appreciate it. He has a pretty big following, so for him to do something like that, I am extremely appreciative. Let me see, is there something else? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, so I also want to recommend following me on Instagram if you are on Instagram. I know sometimes it can be a pain trying to maintain all of these different forms of social media platforms. I get it. But what I try to do is give you a more current update on what things are going on in my day-to-day life. And then also taking you around to see the city a little bit more than what you might see if you're waiting for a video to come out. So I'm trying to find the balance there, but I would definitely recommend, if you're on Instagram, following me on Instagram, and my Instagram handle is Happy Girl Alaska. Let me see. And then also, if at any time during this share, you find that the information that I am presenting is helpful to you in any way, and you want to support the channel, there's a button down at the bottom. I think it's called a super chat. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can certainly do that. Or if you prefer to donate through CashApp, my CashApp is TerreeBold. Anything that's donated to this channel is going to go towards supporting my daughter in her education. She's heading off to college. She's an honor roll student, and she has her sights set on some pretty prestigious colleges. So we're getting scholarships and all that stuff. But you know, if you want to help out that way, those are things that you can do. All right, so I think that covers all the housekeeping items. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye on the chat as well as sharing my information. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover a section, go to the chat. So we'll do it that way. Okay, so if you're planning to visit Alaska and you want to know when is the best time to visit, again, it depends on what you're into, what you're interested in, and it's also depending on what you're not interested in, right? And so the first recommendation I would give you is, if you enjoy cruising, the best time to visit Alaska to go on a cruise is in May. And I know cruising is popular. It's a really great way to get around and to see Alaska. Either going on a full-on tour. They have different types of tours. You could go on a 2 to 4 hour tour. Some of them are much longer. I know that some people will take the ferry, but I think it's a really neat experience. I do have a couple videos where I went on a cruise, so if you want to check those out, please feel free. I will include a link down in the description box to those videos so that you can see it. I mean, it's just beautiful. You wouldn't imagine some of the things that you will see in Alaska by way of cruising. So yeah, I would say if you're one of those people that kind of wants to avoid the crowds, then May would be the best time to visit Alaska and go on a cruise. You will definitely beat the crowds that way. If you come in June or July, I would say that's more or less peak season for cruising. You're gonna have a lot more warmer weather during that time frame, and also you have more daylight. So some people opt for that. So yeah, the temperatures are much warmer. I remember going on one of the cruises and I actually got sunburned. That sun was coming down, it was beaming down, reflecting off the water and everything. So, but it was still, it was an amazing cruise. And what I would say is that my favorite tourism company for booking cruises is Kenai Fjord Tours. So I'm gonna give them a little plug. So you might wanna write, like I said, I'm gonna be giving you some valuable information if you want to try and plan a trip to Alaska. So you may wanna take notes, write it down, or you can always refer back to the replay. Okay, let me see, I wanna make sure I don't leave anything out. Yeah, so Kenai Fjord Tours. I wanna say that they are based out of Seward, but they may have other locations, but that's usually where I cruise out of. Okay, all right, bear with me here. Like I said, I am following my notes. I wanna make sure I don't wanna miss anything. I wanna give you all as much information as possible. So let me go to the chat real quick. Let's see if we have any questions. And let me mention this too. If you have a question, if you can put question and then ask your question, that will help your chat stand out and I'll know that you have a question. All right, so let me see here. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? I'm not seeing. Let's see. As long as a donation doesn't go to a bottle of Boone's Farm, Arctic Thunder. No, it will not. I promise you that. Okay, let's see. Do all you guys live in Alaska? So Evan, welcome. I'm not sure who you're directing that question to. Are you directing that question to the people in the chat? Do all you guys live in Alaska? Because not everybody in the chat is from Alaska. Yeah, I can answer that for you. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, good. Kenai is great. My son and his class went on one. Oh yeah. Again, Kenai Fjord Tours. If you didn't get it the first time I said it, write it down. They're really good. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the next thing is fishing. Fishing is huge in Alaska. The seafood industry is huge in Alaska. And there are a couple ways that you can, or a couple different forms of fishing. And what I mean by that is you have classic fish. Okay, sorry about that. I had a call coming in. Okay, you have classic fishing and then you have ice fishing. And so if you're wanting to do some classic fishing, and I sometimes call it combat fishing, the time of the year you want to come here for that is mid-May through July. And during that time, Alaskan king salmon is running and it's very popular. Everybody wants to get out there and catch a king salmon. Fishing destinations, and this is where you might want to take note. Some really popular fishing destinations during that time frame is Ketchikan, and Ketchikan is well known for salmon. Homer is another city, so if you want to do some saltwater fishing, you'll want to go to Homer for that. Ship Creek, which is actually located in downtown Anchorage. And I'm telling you, if you want to see people elbow to elbow fishing, I would never get out there and do that. But it's a very popular spot. So Ship Creek, you will be able to catch salmon. And I remember going down there as a kid. My dad, he's an avid fisherman. We would go down there and you could see the salmon spawning. I mean, they're like jumping out of the water. Okay, and then the Kenai River, if you're interested in fishing for rainbow trout. And then Bristol Bay. Bristol Bay has huge salmon. You can get kings, silvers, chum, those types of things. But if you're interested, and I think this would be kind of neat, I want to see if I can do this. If you're interested in doing some ice fishing, you would be able to do that after October. And a couple places that I'll mention for ice fishing is the Kenai Peninsula. And that's if you want to, and I think it's pronounced Cohos or Burbot, B-U-R-B-O-T. And then also Fairbanks, if you're interested in fishing for trout, Arctic char, and Arctic grayling. Okay, so what was the time frames for that? So if you want to get into the classic fishing, that's mid-May through July. And if you're interested in doing some ice fishing, you would plan your trip sometime after October for that. All right, so I'm gonna go to the chat. I've seen quite a few things flashing in the corner of my eye, so let's see what we have here. I don't see any questions. I think I see a lot of comments though. Okay, so people are saying where they're from. So we have Virginia, we have New York. I know we have Florida, we have Phoenix. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, so you all are talking about that you're planning to visit Alaska sometime. Arctic Thunder, so Arctic Thunder is from Alaska. He says the Russian River is a great place to go fishing with limit out in about 20 minutes and then sink some drinks and build a fire and sing songs all day and night. Yeah, that's a good time. That sounds like a really good time. Let's see, you should definitely come. It's beautiful year round. I live in Anchorage. Oh yeah, that's right, Evan, you live in Anchorage. Okay, Michael, you said, question is mid-May when the bears wake up. Yes, the bears are roaming by that time. Yeah, but you know what? I have to say that if you go with people who are experienced fishermen or women, they will tell you all the precautions that need to be taken and everything. Don't let that be a deterrent for coming here if you're interested in doing some fishing. I think it's a really neat experience, and it's definitely something that I want to do next year. Okay, so we have DC in the house. We have New Jersey. Awesome. Hello from the UK. Awesome. Alfred, welcome. Same to you, Grace. Welcome. All right. Okay, so let's get to the next thing. So if you're into national parks, here's another recommendation. National parks. July and August are the busiest months for that. And some of our most popular national parks are Denali Park and Glacier Bay National Park. If you're wanting to come and visit a national park during a time when it's not as busy, then I would recommend coming in early to late September. That's when there are less crowds. And also, I've said this in other videos, I think that fall in Alaska is gorgeous. So you'll get a chance to enjoy the fall scenery. So yeah, national parks, July and August, most busiest time. September, less crowds. All right, Let's see, do we have any question? Yes, we have a question. Do you enjoy moose meat? I hear that it's quite a delight. You know what, Holly? Thank you for that question. A friend of mine is supposed to be bringing me some moose meat, and it's prepared in a way that you can make a, oh gosh, what is it called? Where you have the dip with the au jus sauce, French dip. And I've never, oh, did I lose you? Okay. Okay, bear with me, y'all. Technical difficulties. My tripod decided it wanted to take a nap. But we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it rolling. Give me a second here, though. I need to. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, hold on. Let me get situated. Here we go. Okay, so while I'm trying to get this tripod stable, if you haven't yet hit the like button, please do. So that way you help this channel and this live show up in the algorithm. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so that covers national parks. Let me go to the box and let's see if there are any other. Yes, so Holly, to finish answering your question, moose meat is amazing. You can't buy it in the stores. I wish you could, but yeah, it's pretty good. I'll let you know how the French dip turns out too. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. Arctic Thunder says, shout out to Glacier Bay. That's my homeland. Oh, cool. Okay, and Arctic Thunder, I mentioned to you before, I would love to collab with you or have you on the channel so that we could talk about Alaska. Or anybody who's from Alaska, if you would like to collab with me and come on. If you don't want to be on video, that's fine. But let's chat it up. Let's talk about Alaska a little bit and share with our friends that are tuning in. All right. So Michael says, have you ever flown on the seaplanes to get around? I have. So the company that I used to work for, GCI, what they would do is they would reward their employees with a trip to a place called the Agula Walk. That place is beautiful. It's amazing. And in order to get there, you had to fly by way of a seaplane. And they're really small planes. And I remember the ones that we took, we were facing each other. It was quite the experience. I'm not a huge fan of flying on those types of planes, but it was neat though how it landed on the water and everything. So yeah, I want to try and do some more flight seeing tours, and maybe I can take you all along with me for that. Let's see, Arctic Thunder, moose is tricky if it's shot, if shot not on the run, moose ribs and roast are amazing, more better than beef. Yeah, I would agree. I think moose meat is better than beef. I agree with you there. Okay, Holly, any jazz festivals taking place in the summer up there? You know what? I'm not sure, Holly, but you know what? I can certainly find out for you. Yeah, why don't I look into that for you? I know, you know, with all the stuff that's been going on with the virus and stuff, I think people are kind of hesitant to plan out too far in advance. There were a couple of events that I had bought tickets to, and they ended up canceling because I think they started seeing an increase in the number of cases here in Alaska. So yeah, I'll see if they have any mention though of some jazz festivals that might be happening here. Let's see. Oh, good. Okay, Arctic Thunder, you're up for that? Perfect. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll get together on that. So you said you have only been across the inlet on a fishing trip. Talkeetna, oh, okay. Talkeetna has a jazz fest. So Holly, Arctic Thunder just mentioned Talkeetna has a jazz fest. Talkeetna is such a cute town. It really is. And it's a nice little road trip from Anchorage. I've been out there a few times. I wasn't aware that they have a jazz festival, so I will definitely look into that. If they have it, then you might see me out there if you decide to go. Let's see, Evan, how's the virus affecting my work? Am I short staffed? So for my team or the department I work in, which is IT, we are not short staffed. And the way that it's affecting our work is not necessarily in a negative way. It's just that we're all working from home right now, which I am in favor of. I don't have a problem with that at all. I find that I'm more productive actually. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple more questions. Well, this one question here from Miriam, welcome. Do you have a rainforest? As a matter of fact, we do. I want to say the video where my daughter and I went to Winter Creek, I want to say that trail, that foresty area is considered a rainforest. So if you want to check out that video so that you can see what it looks like, we had so much fun. We were cutting up. I was talking about we were trying to track down the city girls and all kinds of stuff. So go and check out that video. Okay. All right, so let's get into, I have two more recommendations for you, depending on the time of the year when you want to visit Alaska, also depending on what you're interested in. So some people want to come to Alaska to experience the snow, right? Because oftentimes when people think of Alaska, they think of snow, they think of igloos, they think we have winter all year round, which is not the case. But people want to come here and experience the winter activities. So if they're into winter sports, they want to do some skiing, some snowmobiling, some snowshoeing, dog mushing, I want to say is something that's offered in Fairbanks. It's really a cool experience. You know, I would say that peak season is the summertime in Alaska, believe it or not, but there's plenty to do in the wintertime as well. We also have winter festivals. So if you're planning to visit around February or March timeframe, we have what is called the Iditarod, and then we have Furundi. And if you're interested in more information about what those festivals are about, I have a video where I talk about, I think it's 10 reasons to visit Alaska during the winter. So I have some really good recommendations in that video as well. But I would say if you're interested in experiencing the snow in Alaska, December through March. So if you're wanting to do some skiing, I would say November is a little too early for that. But if you come out in December all the way through March, then you should be able to get in some good skiing. Let me see. I think I covered everything as far as if you want to come here for the snow. Let's look at the chat box. Southeast Alaska is a great rainforest. Yeah. Thank you and Arctic Thunder for the jazz info. You're welcome, Holly. And let me know if you're going to be coming out for the jazz festival. Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe we can meet up or something. Let's see, Arctic Thunder. So many amazing hiking areas, good fishing, and you can make it to Alaska. You will love it. See, we're trying to sell you all on coming to Alaska. All right, so I have one more recommendation for you, and that is, this one is so popular. People ask me about it all the time. So visitors want to come and experience or see the Aurora Borealis, or what's also known as the Northern Lights. And I'm gonna say that November is not a great time to visit Alaska if you're wanting to see that, because it's cloudy in November. But if you're wanting to come out, with the exception of November, I would say the end of August to mid-April is a good time for the Northern Lights sightings. Some of the best places where you can view the Northern Lights, again, you might want to take note, is Fairbanks, the Denali National Park. And the Denali National Park is a really good place to go because there's no light pollution. You won't have to worry about that getting in the way of viewing the Northern Lights. Nome, So Nome is one of those rural Alaskan cities. So if you wanted to visit a rural city, get that Alaskan experience, but then also view the Northern Lights, that is the perfect location. And then Anchorage, believe it or not. So whenever I've seen the Northern Lights here in Anchorage, it's because I've gone to the south side of Anchorage on a clear night. It's usually freezing cold, but it's just so amazing to watch the lights dancing across the sky. If you're lucky enough, you may get to hear like the static or crackling sound. It's really eerie, but it is an amazing experience. And then one more location that I would say for viewing the Northern Lights is Juneau. So Juneau in the fall and early spring, and during that time frame, if you're coming up, I would say in the spring, you can book a cruise. And they have some cruises where they take you out with the intention of having you go outside and viewing the Northern Lights. That's something I would love to do. That's actually something that I'm thinking about doing next year. So we'll see. I think that covers all of the recommendations that I had. Again, if this information is helpful for you, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up because I want to bring you more information. I want to have more lives with you because, again, I love interacting. This, to me, is a lot of fun. And I want to do some more exclusive content, too. So let's see what we have here. Oh, I think I missed, hold on. Okay. So Evan, I'm sad we can't see them in Anchorage. Are you talking about the Northern Lights, Evan? Because you can see the Northern Lights. Like I said, I've gone to the south side. Let's see here. I was about to move there from ATL. Hans, welcome. Holly, I want to see your summer solstice with the 25-hour sunlight. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, dealing with that sunlight, as long as I've lived here, it's still kind of difficult. You know, if you don't have the blackout curtains, you're not going to get any sleep. Okay, Holly, when you said 25, I was like, maybe that's like a phenomenon that happens that I didn't know about. In Alaska, yeah, 24-hour sunlight. Okay, let's see here. Arctic Thunder, if you are able to make up the Hall Road, the Northern Lights look so close, you feel like you can reach up and touch them. Yeah, it's an amazing phenomenon. I'm telling you, it's just, you have to see it for yourself. I mean, you can watch videos about it, but actually experiencing it, and I have to say, every time I've seen it, I think the temperatures have probably been sub-zero temperatures, but it was worth it. It was totally worth it. Michael says, is Alaska Airlines still pretty good for traveling to and from Alaska? All right, let me make a plug for Alaska Airlines. Hands down, in my opinion, you can fight me in the chat, you can fight me in the comments. Hands down, Alaska Airlines is the best airline. I'm telling you, I've flown Delta, American. I mean, they just, their customer service is top notch. So to answer your question, Michael, yes. Yes, they are still the best. That is my opinion. If anybody has a difference of opinion, then you can have that. But I prefer Alaska Airline. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I will open it up for Q&A because I got through all of my notes. Again, I am planning to set up a membership tier where my subscribers or the members can view exclusive content. We're going to do some hands-on type of activities too. I don't want to go into too much details about that, but it should be a good time. Let's see. I've heard a lot of good things about Alaska Airlines. Yeah, Alaska Airlines is my preference, hands down. So I had planned to have this live open for an hour. So if you all just want to ask me, I guess maybe I could just open it up to Q&A. It doesn't have to be related to the topic. But if you just want to ask some questions in the chat, again, if you want to put question and then ask your question, that will help me out a lot. It will make it stand out. So yeah, I'll leave it open for about 5 more minutes to see if any questions roll in. And if not, then we'll go ahead and end the chat early. I would like to say when my next live is going to be, I think I said December 12th. Did I say December 12th? Yes, December 12th is going to be my next live, you all. And I don't know if I'm going to make it a member exclusive live or not. I want to think about that a little bit. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, I would love to have you over there following my page. Let's see. 1 hour seems way too short. We want more. Oh, thank you, Arctic Thunder. Thank you. So Evan, what part of Anchorage are you at? What part of Anchorage am I at? You mean what side of town do I live on? Because I really don't feel comfortable saying what side of town that I live on. But I will say I've lived in Alaska for a very long time. I've been here for over 40 years and I love it. Whenever I leave Alaska, I miss the mountains. I miss the people. The people here are so nice and helpful. Yeah, it's fantastic. And if the only thing you can do is come and visit, hopefully the information that I shared with you today will help you as far as narrowing down when you want to come visit. If you want more details or more recommendations, let me know. Like I said, I have the contact me form over on my website, so feel free to reach out to me for more info. Oh, Michael, so postcards. You know what? I actually came up with a design for some postcards. I did. And then I also have some Christmas ornaments that I want to include in a giveaway. So when I have my next live on December 12th, I am going to be giving away some Happy Girl Alaska goodies. So if you would be interested in that, make sure you tune in on December 12th. Hi, Nina. Hi, Nina B. Welcome. Let's see here. Let's see. I wish I could drive my 18-wheeler there. It would be too long. Thank goodness for Alaskan Airlines. Yes, your Instagram is where it's at. Oh, thank you, Holly. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I've been trying to do a better job of staying up on my Instagram. I put what I thought was a really cool, oh gosh, what is it called? I was over at the Anchorage Museum and I saw this really nice setup that they had with a big, huge sign that said Alaska. And I took a picture in front of that. I couldn't pass it up. Let's see. Over 40 years, you look 30-ish. Aw, bless you. Bless your heart. Juan Pablo, you go sometime to Gallows Mexican restaurants. Yes. Yes. I haven't been to Gallows in a really long time, but I tell you what, if you want a good margarita, I would recommend you go to Gallows or go to Tequila 61. In my opinion, they make some of the best margaritas. Somebody on the chat may feel or have other recommendations, but Gallows is good. I would say as far as Mexican food, I like Tequila 61 for their Mexican food. I think they have more or less like a Mexican infusion type of menu. And then I like Haciendas. Haciendas is really good. Arctic Thunder or Evan, I don't know if you all have any recommendations as far as Mexican restaurants are concerned. If you all would like for me to put together a list of some of my favorite restaurants, I would be happy to do that. I am a huge foodie. So that would not be a problem. I flirted with the idea of making a video about that. So if you all are interested, let me know in the chat. Let's see. I definitely follow you on Instagram too. Okay, perfect. Nice. And I'm gonna do some lives over on Instagram too. So be on the lookout for that. Let me see. You saw the pic and it's fire. Thank you. Thank you, Holly. Mexico and Alaska is a great spot. I thought Mexico and Alaska shut down. I thought the last time I drove past it, that may have been a couple months ago though. But I heard some great things about Mexico and Alaska. I've never been there, but they've been around for years. Benny's Food Wagon is the food spot. Okay. And the food wagons, are you talking about, because I know they have quite a few of those stationed over in Spanard. Is that where that is, Arctic Thunder? Because I'll go check it out. Chris Worldwide Adventures, hello, such a beautiful lady. Be blessed. Enjoy your content. I just got a great new job. Hard to catch your live. Aw, thank you so much for tuning in, Chris. So I will have a replay, including the chats. So if you want to refer back to this video for the replay, and anybody who catches the replay, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you join and you notice that you're not able to include a chat, that is because this is an exclusive live and the chat is only available for those subscribers who have been subscribed for 5 weeks or more. Okay, and not to say I will do that for all future lives, but I wanted to do something special for the subscribers that have been supporting me for a while now. Let's see. PubX, shout out from Watts, California. Okay. Do you have info on the seasonal jobs, fish industry, a number or website? Gosh, there is a really great seasonal jobs website. Oh, okay. Okay. What I'm thinking I'll do, why don't I make a video about some resources for that? And when you say fish industry, are you talking about jobs in the fishing industry? A number or a website? There are tons of resources out there, but there's one website that is top notch. Somebody who is from here may know that off the top of their head. But I say working a seasonal job in Alaska is a really great way to get experience living in Alaska because some of those companies will provide accommodations for you. So it's an inexpensive way to come up here, work and live in Alaska temporarily. Karen Flint, welcome. Hi from Flint, Michigan. Love your videos and content. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you, I appreciate that. Juan Pablo, thanks very much. You are very nice. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but you're in Mexico. Saludos. Saludos to you too. Let's see. Alaskan Girl 86. Can you eat at Moose's Tooth and Glacier Brew House for me, please? Oh, yes. Okay. So I do have a video where my daughter and I went to the Glacier Brew House. I think I probably have a couple videos where we've done that. But I haven't made a video where we've had dinner at Moose's Tooth. So I'm happy to do that. You know how I feel about Moose's Tooth if you've been following this channel for any time now. It's by far my favorite place to get pizza. And then my second favorite place to get pizza is the Glacier Brew House because their crust is perfection. Let's see. My favorite small business to get drinks and bakery sweets is Benji's Bakery. You should try it sometime. So Evan, that is the, I think they're located in the Diamond area, and I have been to Benji's, and they have some amazing, the way that they make their pastries is like a work of art. And they're huge. They're huge. So yeah, and I have a video on that. I think I posted it out on Instagram where I have like all these different sweet treats and stuff. So if you're interested in seeing that, head over to my Instagram. Let's see. Brady the Goat, you sure? Good evening from North Carolina, at work, but we'll watch later. Okay, awesome, Brady. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Let's see, Nina B, what's the link for my memberships? So Nina, I am still working on the tier structure because I want to have different levels, but I want to make sure that it's worth investing in the higher tier level, that you're going to get a lot more. And the way that I had it structured at first, I wasn't really happy about it. So I am reworking that. And so by the time I have my next live, I will have the links available to the membership. So please stay tuned. I will be offering that on the next live, as well as a giveaway. Let me see. Fire Island is a great bakery. You know what? I've never been to Fire Island, but they are very popular. A lot of people talk about the Fire Island bakery. So I should go and check that out. I should go and check that out and take you all with me for that. So Michael says, have any of the stores in the Fifth Avenue Mall closed permanently due to the pandemic? Yes. Yeah, some of my favorite stores have closed down. And it looks like, and I think I've heard rumors that JCPenney is going to be closing down too. Don't quote me on that, but I've certainly been hearing rumors like that, which is a shame. That's one of their anchor stores. So if they close down, I'm like, what are they going to have in there? Let's see, Arctic Thunder, Moose's Tooth, great pizza. Yes. Yes, I co-sign that. Evan Powell, yum. You're making me hungry. I know, right? Thank God I had some breakfast. Oh, man. Okay. Juan Pablo, someday to Mexico is nice, too. I love Alaska, too. I plan on visiting Mexico. I've been watching some videos about Mexico City, and that's definitely a place that I want to visit. A couple of my friends were planning a girls' trip to Mexico next year, so that should be fun. That should be fun. Nina says, I understand and will be waiting. Okay, awesome, Nina. It's coming, I promise. Alaska girl, thank you. I had to move away from, oh, you left Alaska. Okay, because of health reasons, and I miss Wings and Things, Moose's Tooth, and Glacier Brew House. It's been almost 8 years now. Oh, okay, you left 8 years ago. Wings and Things, Alaskan girl, I will have to say, in my opinion, is not the same. I don't know if they changed management or what, but I prefer, this is my recommendation if you want great wings, I would recommend going to that wing place. I think they're really good. They have another place called Wingstop, which I think is a national chain, but I'm not a huge fan of theirs. I like to support local too. So I'm gonna plug that wing place if you want to have some great wings. Arctic Thunder, the store I miss the most is Nordstrom's. I miss it too. I dedicated a whole video to when they closed down Nordstrom. I was in my feelings about that one. Michael, let's all meet at Moose's Tooth. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have a meetup at Moose's Tooth. That would be fun. Oh, another thing, and I'm still working out the details on this too, is I am planning a retreat. I'm going to be hosting a retreat here in Anchorage, and we're probably going to explore some other areas. Mark your calendars for June 18th. What I will do is post tickets to that event or to that retreat in February. So I'm telling you, I have some things that are in the works to help expand this channel. The retreat is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. I have some great people that I'm working with to pull that all together. So stay tuned. I'll give you more information as we lead up to that February timeframe for posting tickets or offering tickets to that event. Let's see. Yes, the Banana Republic. Yeah, they closed down too. And I'm sad that Nordstrom closed. Yeah. All caught up. I love Sicily's Pizza. I was obsessed with their Greek salad. Ravina, welcome. I was looking for you. Glad you're able to make the live. Looking beautiful as always. Thank you so much, Ravina. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so it looks like the questions are starting to wind down a little bit. Um, let's see, we still have 8 minutes remaining. So if anybody else has any questions, comments, feedback, I'm so happy to be back in front of you for the lives. I've really missed you all. I have. Um, let's see, Juan says, remember Sicily's, I love that too. Yeah, yeah, I think Sicily's pizza is pretty good. Yeah. Pup X, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a Los Angeles native, but I feel once I see Alaska, I'm not going to want to leave. I love the outdoors. So Pup X, I'm interested to know, what are some of the things that you think you would be interested in doing if you visited Alaska? I'm curious. Y'all know I'm nosy. Would it be any of the things that I recommended? So, and let me do a real quick recap for you all. So May, June, July, cruising. Cruising is a really great activity to get into. Let's see, mid-May through July, fishing. After October, if you want to do some ice fishing, you can do that. July and August is a really popular time to visit our national parks. And early September, if you want to wait for the crowds to die down, then come and visit the national parks in September, early September. Well, activities, then you want to plan your trip for December through March. And then for viewing the auroras, the northern lights, plan your trip for August to mid-April. I would say with the exception of November, because to me, November seems to be the most cloudy during that time frame. All right, let's see. I just looked at your weather. OMG, it's warm here in Jax. Can't wait to visit there. Love outdoors and nature. Yeah, yeah, you have to come visit. I think everybody, especially if you live in the United States, should come and visit Alaska at least once. There's something for everyone. I promise, there's something for everyone. Let's see. I just want to say I appreciate you and you have a great channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Arctic Thunder. And I will, you know what, if, I don't know if you've ever contacted me through my website on that contact form, but if you haven't, if you could give me a way to get in touch with you so we could talk about doing a collab, that would be awesome. As well as anybody else who is from Alaska. I have some things in mind that I want to cover. And if you would be willing to share your perspective, like I said, you don't have to be on the camera if you don't want to be, but if you don't mind, you know, speaking to some of your experiences and things like that, I think that would be really cool. Let me see. Michael Carson, you have some great things in the works. I really do. I really do. I'm excited. And I hope you all are excited too. Let's see, Nina, wow, what happened? I think you're talking about, I saw my screen glitched out a little bit. I'm not sure what happened. So hopefully you all we're still broadcasting. So Jay, missed you as well. Just sat back and took in all the info provided. I'm definitely working on visiting soon. That's awesome, Jay. Awesome. Hi, Dooney. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So sad I missed my Alaska trip this year. I know. So, Dooney, the offer is still on the table. When you decide to schedule your trip again to Alaska, definitely reach out and let me know. Let me know. I got you. Okay, we have 3 minutes remaining. 3 more. What do we want to talk about? Do we have anything else we want to talk about? This was really good. I love the engagement. Again, if you're enjoying the content or if you have listened to something that resonated with you, you found helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. We're trying to get this to show up in the algorithm so that I don't get buried. Okay. All right. So 3 minutes remaining. I'm going to go ahead and keep it open for 3 more minutes, y'all. Go ahead and ask your questions if you have any. I'm just checking out the chat to see if any questions come up. It was good to see you on. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alaskan girl. Tanya Marie, I missed most of the live. Love your spirit. Tanya, I am going to have a replay, so don't worry about that. It should be available a few minutes after we end the live, so you can certainly go back and rewatch or watch the replay. One thing I'll say is that you may want to take some notes, because some of the information that I'm giving you will help you decide when would be the best time to visit Alaska. Let's see, if you can make to Alaska, you won't regret it. It's an amazing place to visit and live. Absolutely. And you know what? I've always said that it takes a certain type of person to enjoy living in Alaska, but I would definitely recommend coming to visit, at least coming to visit. Let's see. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. Am I cooking? I am not cooking. No, I'm taking time off from the kitchen for Thanksgiving. Let's see. Well, everyone enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Got to go walk the pups now. Thank you so much for joining, Nina. I appreciate that. Holly Jones, was I born and raised there? I was born in Florida, but I was raised here in Anchorage. So I've been here my entire life. This is home for me. All right, Pamela, really enjoyed this live. Awesome. I enjoyed you all too. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, I will be hosting another live on December 12th. You'll see it when I schedule it, but if you kind of want to mark your calendars for that. And I think 12 my time is a really good sweet spot for hosting the live. So yeah, I'll probably schedule it for 12 o'clock. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I appreciate that. How is my daughter doing? She's doing great. She's doing great. She's going to be heading off to college here next year. I'm super excited for her. I'm going to be an empty nester. I'm kind of sad about that, but I'm really excited for her. She's doing really well academically. I'm so proud of her. Yeah, she has her sights set pretty high. So I'm excited for her. Let's see, Holly, awesome live. Enjoy your live. Thank you. All right, you all. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you could give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. I have some goodies coming up for you. All right, you all take care. Bye.